This is Stephanie Grande for Park Bench 85716 and also Tierra Antigua Realty. So once again, I'm out here interviewing movers and shakers in the Tucson community, small business owners, fantastic business owners. And I am here with Cecily, and we are at Arizona Ballet Theater.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to Arizona Ballet Theater.
Welcome, everyone.
This is my classically based ballet dance studio. I've been here in this exact location this is my 17th year.
Quite a long time.
Yes, I'm actually the longest business on this side of the street and in the beautiful little community called The Village at Sam Hughes, which I love.
Yep, it's wonderful here.
I love it here. The reason that my studio is here is because the first time that I was in Tucson, I went to Rincon Market across the street.
Yep.
And I looked out the window and said, oh, look, there's a dance studio. Let me go check it out, which is exactly what I did. And then about 2 years later, some students at a school where I was studying a little bit to de-stress, ballet is very good for that, they asked me to open a business, a dance business. So here I am.
So I happen to know your background, but our viewers don't know your background. They don't know how amazing you are. So tell them a little bit about how amazing you are. This is why she's the stuff. She's the stuff because...
Well, thank you. It's very nice to receive such compliments. But when I was a young dancer in Massachusetts, I was a member of the Boston Ballet Company.
Told you.
And in its early years, I joined the company when I was 14 years old, which by that I mean I joined the American Guild of Musical Artists, which is the union for musical artists and dancers.
Okay, which is real stuff.
It's real stuff.
And then you were overseas somewhere.
That's right.
In another country doing things.
Yes,
so tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that was fun.
Done a little research.
I grew up in the Boston Ballet, as I said. I actually started performing with Boston Ballet when I was 12. Doing Nutcracker, and Arthur Fiedler, the famous conductor, was the conductor for that Nutcracker. So cool. And Maria Tallchief, the famous American ballerina, was the Sugar Plum Fairy that year. So that was, I think, kind of an illustrious start.
I think so too.
And then I stayed in the Boston Ballet for several years, including after I graduated from high school.
Okay.
In 1971, I took a job with the Deutsche Oper Berlin in West Berlin, West Germany, which of course now we don't make any distinction, but at that time it was a walled city. And I danced over at the Deutsche Oper for a full season. It was a wonderful experience. I danced with, again, amazing dancers. And but after a year there, I was so homesick for the United States that I came home to my country. Okay. US of A.
US of A.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right, but really, seriously, that was what I felt.
You do get homesick.
I got so homesick because I was really young. A ballet is an activity for young people. It's not to say that people can't have long careers in ballet, but performing-wise, most people are done with their ballet performing career by 40-ish. Some people go longer.
And I would think that would be long.
Yeah, that's long. A lot of people go shorter, which I did. I didn't perform into my 20s and 30s. Into my 20s, but not my 30s and not my 40s. But for example, a person that you've heard of, Margot Fontaine, she performed into her 70s. She maybe stayed a little too long, but we didn't care because we worship her.
Yes.
And there are other dancers that are really, having a long performing career. The one I can think of right now that is the most predominant in the world of ballet is the famous Cuban ballerina Alicia Alonso. And she performed maybe even into her 80s. And she's still a powerhouse in ballet in Cuba.
Crazy.
It's great.
Crazy longevity.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us, we know where to find you. Tell us, who comes here and why they should come here, and then your hours of operation, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay, great. Well, we have a website, ArizonaBalletTheater.com, and we're also on Facebook, and so you can look us up on Facebook and follow what we're doing. But the people that come here are, they represent a continuum in the community. And I'll be honest, most of the families are affiliated with the U of A. because this neighborhood is adjacent to the U of A,
Right.
and also Raytheon, but we have a lot of professional parents, professional adult dancers, but also children. We're a family-friendly studio. Everything is age appropriate. And then, so we have ages 3 to, I think my oldest student currently is 78.
Again, with the longevity.
That's right. Well,
Okay.
because I personally specialize in adult ballet students, and I am a ballet only person. I teach ballet, I teach point, I teach things affiliated with ballet. We also have jazz and tap here, adult tap and kids tap, and we have modern. We have a very well-known, iconic modern teacher here who is a world-famous, internationally renowned choreographer, Norman Walker, who retired to Tucson several years ago, and he teaches at the school. So you can come here and take class. If you love to dance, if you aspire to be a professional and you're a teenager, you can come here and we'll put you on that track, although we don't expect that from people. I never expect that someone is going to decide, I'm going to devote my life to ballet, and if I don't have ballet as a career, then it's the end of me, because it's a very hard career and there aren't that many jobs. And so, you know, a kid who is serious about ballet has to follow certain protocols and meet certain milestones, and we can help you do that, but that's not our only goal. So if you just love to dance, we'll have a class for you.
Okay. I think you've answered everybody's questions.
Well, one more thing.
Oh,
That's just one more.
hang on, one more thing.
One of the things that I think that this studio is the best location for a dance studio is because of the other businesses. We're right next door to Seven Cups, which came in a year after I did, and they are a magnet for people in Tucson and visitors to Tucson. And then, of course, Rincon Market, where the pre-ballet students who start at age 3 and go up to age 5, after their classes, lots of times their parents take them across the street to Rincon Market and they get a cookie. So
From their fabulous bakery.
That's right.
Yeah.
So and this is a very safe neighborhood. And one more thing I'd like to add, if it's okay, is that there is plenty of parking here. It might not appear that there's lots of parking on the south side of the street where I am, but it's one village, and across the street behind Rincon Market and Bob Dobbs, and to the side of the jewelry store is parking where my customers are encouraged to park. It's parking for us too.
Yeah, I've never had a problem parking just right here in front of your studio, and there's a curb that's
High.
a little challenging, so you got to be careful. You got to not pull all the way up and
Right.
take off the bottom of your car.
Right. Well, you are coming at the right time, because in the last 2 years, we've had a big change on my side of the street, the south side of the street, and we have a huge hit vegan restaurant, Tumerico, right down.
Yes, we do.
So-
I did an interview.
Yeah. So
I
they're
interviewed Wendy.
well, she's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
she's
they're
so much
not
fun.
open on Monday. So Monday
Right.
you're probably not going to have a hard time parking.
True.
But other days you might, and that's why I'd like everybody to know, including Tumerico customers, that you can go across the street and park anywhere. There's over 100 spaces across the street.
There you have it.
There we have it.
There you have it. All right, that'll wrap it up. For more news about 85716, go to Park Bench. I'm looking at Cecily's beautiful face. Go to Park Bench 85716 and find out more about the business owners. And if you need help with real estate, contact me, Stephanie Grande.
And come dance and be happy.
Come dance and be happy.
Bye.
Bye.